First of all, we are starting the toast session of the evening. And my name is Tim Yeager, and this is my beautiful wife, Dara. And respect, we wanted to welcome everyone here, and we are so excited that you are all here. These are the closest friends and family of Rachel and Joseph, and we're honored that you can all just be here, and especially given that this is version 2.0. And we know that there were, unfortunately, some people that just couldn't make it, and so we're thinking of them as well. But we are just so excited, and we ended up with a beautiful day in order to do this wonderful celebration. So anyway, it couldn't have worked out any better given the circumstances. So thanks for being flexible with us. We've had, I'm not finished yet. Give me 10 minutes. Okay, so in any event, this is why I can never be a comedian. I'm the only one who laughs in my We have had people that have come from Portland, from New York, Austin, Dallas, Chicago, Washington, D.C., and of course St. Louis, a whole crowd there, Little Rock, Kansas City, El Dorado, and I know I'm missing many more places. Omaha. Should have gotten that one. So, in any event, thank you all for making the effort. There are two people. Well, there are two sets of people that especially we want to recognize, and one is Bill and Louise Stedham. And they are Rachel's grandparents, and they are wonderful people. We have a house of about 35 people every Thanksgiving and Christmas, and they put up with us for lots of years. And it's just been a wonderful experience, and also a wonderful example of what marriage is. And I know it's just great. And then, I don't know if our celebrant, Angela, is Angela here, or does she have to leave? Okay. So I wanted to call out Angela. She really stepped in and did a fantastic job. So, on to the wedding, more in particular. And you know, so Rachel is our oldest daughter. And so when your oldest daughter or your oldest child gets married, you start to think way back to the very beginning of when you became a parent and realized very quickly you had no idea what to do and no idea what was going on. Right? And thankfully Dara was there to help me out. And you know, there's a couple of memories that stick out. One is the first time I held Rachel right after she was born, and she's wide awake, looking at me with those big blue eyes, and just saying, "Hey Dad, I'm here, get used to it." And she was just so alive and so energetic and so beautiful, and so it just stuck with me all these years. And you know, Rachel has had some challenges all the way through, you know, some health challenges, and then she was a journalism major and realized that and Spanish, Latin American studies. She put the yearbook together. But in any event, she decided, you know, that's not really for me. What I would really rather do is be a doctor and be a naturopathic doctor. And I said, but you have to take science classes. And sure enough, she took organic chemistry, she took physics, where she met Joseph, and got A's in everything. It was just amazing. And that's the way she's been. You know, she rises to the challenge and she does what it takes. She was gonna learn piano, she learned piano. She was gonna learn Spanish, she learned Spanish. I was gonna learn Spanish since I was 22 years old and I still can't speak it. So we've been so proud of her. She's just been, you know, achieving and at the same time been such a sweet young lady. And so she got a chance to take that physics class and meet the love of her life, Joseph. And we have just been so honored to have Joseph as part of our family. And what they said about him, what Rachel said about him in the vows really rings true, because even right now, you look at him, he's always smiling. He's always happy. He's always joyful. And he makes Rachel happy. And in the end, that's what you want, right? And you want your kids to be happy. So we've just been really so honored to have him as part of our family, and very, very fortunate for that. Of course, when your daughter marries the husband, the family comes with. And boy, there's a big family. And we're sort of jealous because Dara's family, she's one of 6 as well, and she has a big family. But I think your family even trumps our family. And in any event, as I mentioned yesterday at our rehearsal, as soon as we found out that the family was Irish, we were good. You know, there's nothing more you need to know, because they're just alive, they're happy, they're laid back, they're just really fun people. And we've got a good chance to know Joseph and Joe and Susan in Portland. We spent some time with them over the summer. And gotten to know them and got to know Patrick and Michael, and they're just wonderful young men, just like their brother. And so it has really been a blessing. As soon as we did find out that they were Irish and even Irish Catholic, we figured out how much booze to order, and then we multiplied the 2. So in any event, we're just so happy for the 2 of you. And at this point, Dara wants to just say a few words as well.
Well, we're so grateful for everyone who came and who helped and who offered to help, but I wanted to do a quick shout out in particular to 2 people who really spent a lot of hours, Michelle Hartman and April Moranto. Thank you so much. And Molly Jensen too for all her efforts. So anyway, and everybody who helped and offered to help, my sisters and everybody. But anyway, thank you all for coming. Really appreciate the effort to get here, especially knowing you had to rearrange your schedule with COVID and everything. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So you've been very patient with us, thank you. And then the last thing, we just want to have a toast, and the toast is to this beautiful newly married couple, and may their marriage just be blessed, joyous for the rest of their lives.
Thank you.
Well, that's tough to follow, but he said he'd keep it under 20 minutes, and he did. I'm Joe Hickey. I'm Joseph's father, and my wife is Susan over here. She's back there waiting. I could be much shorter than Tim. I guess first thing I'd like to say is to thank Tim and Dara for this beautiful evening. It's really nice, and they did this twice. Back in August, they did it on short notice at their house. And it was magnificent. I mean, Rachel flew in, Thursday night? They went and got their wedding license Friday and got married at the house on Saturday. It was beautiful. It was really nice like today, just in a different way. So thank you all for doing this. It's really, really nice. And through our trip to Portland and then the wedding here and a couple of visits, we've gotten to know the Yeager immediate family.
And Mitch is never going to forgive me about his drum set. He'll have to tell you all about that. They got me to play one of these games that they play. Y'all know, well, that's another story. Very, very nice family. You wouldn't get to know them. Great, great people. For my side of the family, they've all known Joseph since he was little. If you look at some of these pictures that are up here, every time you see Joseph, he's got a smile on his face. I mean, he always has. And when he met Rachel, he had a different smile. I mean, you could tell how great it was. And we knew something was very special between them because of how he smiled, but it was different. He really, really, you could tell it was something special. And I told Rachel this, that Joseph's a happy guy, but what really, really makes him happy is you, Rachel. So we would like to offer a toast to these two for many, many years of love and happiness for the rest of your lives with each other. God bless you.
Hello, so I'm Rebecca. I am the younger sister of the bride, but not the youngest. The youngest is right over there. I'm the maid of honor, so Rachel and I go way back. It's lovely to see so many people here celebrating Rachel and Joseph. I'm so excited that we get to do this again with everyone that is so special with us. I want to start off by saying that Rachel is an amazing older sister, and I'm so lucky to have her as mine. Of course, she is someone special to look up to for her personality and her achievements, but I also have fond memories of us huddled in her bed, watching the show The Office before I was technically old enough to, so sorry, Mom and Dad. Or her checking me out of school to take me out to lunch when she was in college. So Rachel is someone I call whenever I have any big, important questions. She's also someone that I call whenever I have insignificant, silly questions. So basically, we just talk on the phone all the time, and Joseph is aware of that as well. But I'm really lucky to call her my best friend. For everyone who knows Rachel, they know she's a very thoughtful, intentional person, and these are perfect characteristics for an older sister. She can be very laid back in the moment, but when you're talking about her future, she does not leave it to chance. Clearly, this approach works for her because she just became a doctor this summer, and we're also proud of her. But beyond academics, Rachel is also strategic about choosing life partners. So when my dad informed us that we had to move from St. Louis to Fayetteville back in 2006, Rachel, like the organized person she is, immediately knew what to do. I remember vividly how she pulled me, Susie, and Mitch into a bedroom for a sibling meeting and explained that now was the time to implement the plan and confront our dad. We were each assigned jobs. Susie and I, who were 7 and 9 respectively, were told to look cute and sad. Mitch was there for backup, and Rachel took the responsibility of ensuring a verbal commitment. And she succeeded. We walked out of the room that day knowing we were able to guilt our dad into getting us a dog because of So Rachel had completed her life's goal, and all of us kids were so excited. We also attribute the victory to Rachel because she was the mastermind behind our success. Rachel finished the work by finding our sweet Curly on an adoption site and driving with my mom to get her in Conway, Arkansas. Another life partner, I know Rachel, considered with equal importance, was Joseph, who has earned the title of being just as loved by Rachel as Curly is. A hard feat to achieve, might I add. I remember hearing Rachel talk about this great guy she had met in her physics course, and I remember meeting him in passing for the first time when I was coming over to Rachel's house after we had a study session, back when you had your long, luxurious hair, we all know. Rachel never leaves things to chance, so I know when she started to date him and have her happy smile all the time, that this guy was worth spending time with. And as a family, I know we couldn't ask for more. Joseph was generous enough to let me third wheel on their week-long vacation to Destin a few years ago. What more can I ask for? And he even laughs at our dad's jokes, so everyone over here knows what that means. He needed a fresh audience. I am so excited. Joseph is officially a part of the family and so happy Rachel was able to find the perfect person for her. So on to the toast. I wish you both a very long, happy future of intentional happiness. To Rachel and Joseph.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for coming. I'm Collins. I'm one of Joseph's friends. To be honest, I've known Joseph quite literally my entire life. I was thinking about it when I was trying to figure out what to say. I don't think I've ever had a time in my life when I've had a conscious thought that I haven't known Joseph. Have you ever considered that, like outside of your family? Who's the first person you recognize as a friend? Mine was Joseph Hickey. I think it's really important to recognize those steadfast relationships in this time and age when people can come and go from your life as it is. I've been fortunate with great friendships throughout my life, but I've always taken a lot of pride in that. But it's not just the length of time that I've known Joseph for, it's the experience of being his friend as well. Some of the best moments and memories of my life have been with Joseph. Those are the friendships, I think, that consistently make life enjoyable. The foundation that they're built upon allows them really to last forever. And it's been quite evident since I met Rachel that that is the kind of friend that she is as well. That is the friendship and relationship that they are building and providing for one another. She's a genuine person and she's a real friend. So I'm not really an expert in the field, but I've always thought that a great relationship usually has to accomplish at least two things. The first of which is that the relationship is almost like a journey on a path where you're looking to discover your best selves. Rachel has been clear in her path. Her successes have matched her effort, her commitment, and her passion. And the same goes for Joseph as well. But I don't think your best self is really defined by only your success, which kind of leads me to the next accomplishment of a great relationship. And that is quite simply happiness. True happiness is a condition that is maintained and cultivated. In a time when instant gratification is the norm, I think it's important to know that real and sustainable happiness is something that is built. The best version of ourselves can maintain that happiness. And in an ideal relationship, I think it's shared between each other. Rachel and Joseph have a relationship where they are able to coexist as their best selves, and they're able to maintain that level of happiness. But what's even more impressive is the fact that not only are they able to do that, but they're able to share that happiness with their friends and family. It is an ideal relationship, and it quite rightly deserves praise and celebration. So with that, in celebration of an ideal relationship and to two of my best friends, much love and cheers.
Thank you, Collins.
Well done.
this time, my bride and groom are going to cut their cake.